Just talk.
You made a scene. You're wearing black.
I know.
Every time I go to put black on, I think Ian told me not to.
No, you can wear black. It's fine. You do you. You do you.
Right.
So when we recorded the Christmas special, both Matt and
Do you
I
remember
both
that?
turned up in a green jumper, and I love that we've both had the same thought of like festive is a dark green jumper. That's all I've got.
That's all I've got. Do you want to sign the NDA before?
Yeah, if you could.
To what?
Yeah. What's an NDA?
And you're not allowed to talk about anything until release date, which is.
Is that a contract for me to sign?
Yeah, there will
Because
be.
otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back to the Perk and Pace podcast.
Hello.
So for today's guest, we have definitely a very special one. You've probably seen her on my socials. She's a regular at the Run Club Perk and Pace. A ball full of energy. Xanthi.
Hey! Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. How are you today?
Thank you for inviting me. Very good. Thank you.
Good,
How
good.
are you?
Yeah, really good. We've prepared some questions for you. We think that our listeners will really enjoy hearing from you and your story and all the things about you. But we like to start the podcast. Oh, should we do coffee or quick fire first?
I reckon we do coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as our regular listeners will know, we kick off every podcast with a coffee that we all enjoy together. Drink it, tell us what you think. Is it hot?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Steaming up my glasses.
Slurpy, slurpy.
I'm not going to lie.
Don't they?
Doesn't smell the best.
It tastes good.
Come on, say what you think.
Do I have to go close here and just do a bit of?
Yeah, ASMR. Give me some
Let me see.
just for your only fans.
Yeah, that's the Xanthi only fans.
We'll leave you into that.
That's going to be clickbait.
I think it's just too hot.
We put that on my Instagram and just get
the
that.
flavours aren't really it.
Yeah, it doesn't hit me.
This
with-
sounds wild. I think this is a coffee that tastes like coffee.
Mm.
Yeah.
We've had some wild coffees on this podcast. Weird, wonderful.
It tastes quite white.
White? What do you mean by that?
There's no kick.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, it is from Guatemala, Ian. Well done.
God, you've got an absolute nose for coffee, aren't you?
I know.
Right, so it is from a roaster called Outpost Coffee. Thank you,
Sorry.
guys. But you know what? Like, it's a washed coffee, and the flavour notes, they say cherry, caramel, red apple. So this probably is like a crowd pleaser. It's a really nice, well-rounded coffee. It's drinkable.
I think I'm feeling the cherry.
Do
I think
you?
it's dark cherry.
I was thinking more red apple. You know, like the skin of the red apple. I'm kind of getting that. But yeah. Do we like or not
No, I
like?
like it.
It's palatable.
Yeah, palatable. What a backhanded compliment.
Oh, that's savage.
It doesn't
It's all
make
right.
me want to throw up.
No.
Yeah.
I like
Outpost Coffee are based in Nottingham, so kind of local-ish.
Midlands, definitely.
Yeah.
I said
Is
Midlands.
it?
Wider Midlands, wider Midlands,
It's-
East Midlands.
It's Midlands, yeah.
it. In the Premier League.
They are, yeah.
There you go.
Apart
All the
from
facts
pitching
about
back-
Nottingham.
Apart from the pitching
I have an interesting fact about Nottingham
by a
actually.
Greek manager, a Greek owner. He's Greek, isn't he? He's a Greek oil tycoon or shipping tycoon, and he owns Nottingham Forest, and he stormed the pitch. It was all over social media. Anyway, I digress.
My interesting fact about Nottingham is that there is one man to every 4 women in Nottingham.
I don't believe that. See, I heard the opposite. There was more women to men. So when
That's exactly what I just said. More
Sorry,
women.
sorry.
4 women to every 1 man.
Sorry, it's his headphones.
I thought you said 4 men to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, there are 4 women to every 1 man.
Okay, yeah, that's why I used to go to them parties when I was younger. And I can tell you,
Great sourcing strategy.
that is not the truth.
Anyway, let's bring it back on track.
Don't.
Xanthi, welcome. Thank you for being here. We like to kick off every guest with some quick fire questions to get you into it, to get you a little bit loose. Don't overthink it. First thing that comes to your head.
that's a dangerous game.
please.
Yeah.
What is your go-to coffee shop order?
A flat white.
Cool. Nice. You're an oat milk drinker, yeah? Ever made that up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Old flat white.
Least favourite gym exercise?
I got better with time, but I would say a Bulgarian split squat.
Yes, mate.
No comment.
Preach. We all hate them.
On
Um,
Matt's programming today.
Yeah, Bulgarian split squats.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I would say to
You're overthinking it now.
Yes, just to transfer to a different place by just clicking my
Teleportation or
Yes.
fingers. Yeah.
That worked.
That's a
Teleportation,
that's a good one. Finally, desert island food. You can only eat one food for the rest of your life.
Pasta.
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 So fast.
Yes, pasta.
Any particular pasta?
Carbonara.
What's that? Which one's that? Oh, that's the
you
pepper.
mean- no, it's carbonara. It's
Is that-
eggs.
Oh,
with-
carbonara.
yeah.
Sorry, the accent.
Why did they bring me here?
I misheard you.
Oh god.
It's a good one. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know you, Xanthi, in a nutshell, tell us who you are, where you're from, what do you do.
My name is Xanthi. I'm from Greece. Moved in the UK 10 years ago. I'm a children's physiotherapist by background. And I work at the Children's Hospital in Birmingham for almost five and a half years now. I'm like extremely passionate about what I do. And I think it's a blessing actually, just being able to do something that you wake up every morning and you feel that I'm just ready to do that. I'm just happy that I'm able through my role to make other people happy, or just feel so blessed basically. I am saying I'm an athlete lately.
You identify as an athlete now.
Yes, I
Love that.
identify as an athlete now. I went seriously into that almost a year ago when I joined Perk and Pace with the other gang. I'm
Beautiful.
that's who I am.
Superstar. Do you know, I've been looking forward to this podcast for as long as
Okay.
we've been talking about it, because obviously I have gotten to know you over the last sort of nearly a year with the Run Club and then coaching and stuff. And there are so many people that have asked for you to come on to this podcast.
No
So
way.
I just want you to know that, yeah. But I think it's because you, and we'll get into it, but you embody what a lot of people want to do. And I don't think you see that because you've obviously just, you're in it, you're in the mix and whatever. So taking it back like 6 months, where were you, physically, mentally before you started this, journey? What was a sort of catalyst for you to just, want to push yourself and
Be an athlete.
yeah, be an athlete really?
I think, and it might get a bit cheesy and deep actually,
No,
but
never.
We love that.
Never, we love it. More cheese.
But it's just, I think that for a long period of time, I was focusing on how I look and what my body looks like, and just always just focus on like being perfect in many different aspects in my life. So I kind of like had this idea that exercise should be painful and we should exercise. I mean, listening to the previous podcast, I felt that I was ticking so many of the boxes of all the things that you mentioned last time. How I don't want to use like the word body dysmorphia, but I was always thinking that being skinny is the healthy one. That exercising when your body is telling you no, you need to rest, it's good. This like no pain, no gain kind of attitude that people have, especially towards to exercise. And that food for me was both something that I really enjoy, like I'm a foodie, but also a bit of a punishment as well. Like, oh no, I shouldn't eat pasta because that means that tomorrow I will have to go to the gym, and tomorrow is Sunday, so tomorrow I'm actually supposed to rest. But I didn't have this mentality. So after I started training seriously for my first Hyrox race, I started appreciating how food is fuel, and you should actually eat the right things, the things that your body actually needs. And you should exercise when your body's feeling like exercising, because exercise should be fun, and exercise should give you all those like, you know, happy hormones basically that your body needs. And yeah, I adapted this mentality actually, and there were days, that I for quite some time, I would say for almost 2 or 3 months, that I was thinking, I should exercise today because this is what my program says. But I actually learned that it's okay, you skipped a workout today. Maybe tomorrow is gonna be a day where you will feel like more like ready to get up and exercise. And it was actually fun. Like when I was giving myself a day of rest and then I was doing my workout.
You can give it more. Yeah, totally. That's really interesting to hear you say that though. Like the reason Matt and I looked at each other and then you touched on it as well is exactly what I was saying in our previous podcast, that women in particular have this relationship of exercise as punishment. But I found it really interesting hearing that come from you, because you obviously have this, is medical the right word, or this physio knowledge and skills. So it's interesting that you've even got that mentality there, even knowing what you know.
Yeah.
But then because we are going to ask you about the Hyrox, just to wind back though, what changed? What made you want to go from that relationship to, right, no, I want to do something else. I want it to be different.
I think because I had an end goal. So I was working towards this something. And because for years, I was just exercising. I was always keeping a basic like fitness level. So I've never like let myself been a couch potato basically. So but I never had a goal to work towards. So I was feeling that, okay, this is what my plan says, so I should do that, because if I don't do that, then what my performance will be the day of the race. Or I should sleep more, because I've noticed that my performance during the workout isn't great when I'm not getting 8 hours of sleep, for example. So yeah, goal, I would say.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, on that note then, so why did you choose Hyrox? Why was it Hyrox? And then also, because you went to Malaga, why Malaga?
No comment. I had nothing to play in this.
So I think the conversation about Hyrox started quite randomly, I would say. So we were having coffee after our Saturday run, and I started asking questions about Hyrox and what it entails.
Actually, I remember talking to you about it while we were running.
Yeah. And I thought, I like running, but I want to keep running as my go-to thing when I feel a bit down, or when I feel a bit stressed, or when I want to basically socialize with other people, because I run and talk.
She really does.
Whoever doesn't know me.
Do you talk to it?
No, I don't. And I thought that Hyrox will be something completely new to me. Something that will combine running and also exercise, and something that will make me step out of my comfort zone. So definitely, and Malaga, because I would be able to combine this whole new experience with traveling, which is something that I really enjoy.
Little exercise holiday, I love that. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, so what would you say was your biggest surprise? A lot of people go into Hyrox with expectations, especially with it being so big on social media as well. What would you say surprised you the most on the day, on the race?
How judgmental I was towards other people. Like I was saying, like other people racing. And I was thinking, oh, she doesn't do the burpees so good, or her technique in that is not so good.
Expert
and Matt told me this, and and actually when you're during the race, when you're actually doing the thing, how you just I don't know how to explain that, but I was thinking, let's just do it. I'm not gonna think how my technique. Let me just finish with this race. I don't know if
you managed to like zone out what other people were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It was the first time in my life that I did not think that, oh, I should be perfect. Or, yeah, I did not have any, I had a plan. Okay, don't look at me like that. I did have a plan. But I wasn't hard on myself. And it was the first time that I had no friends with me there. And I think that was quite important because I was thinking that I'm here just to impress myself and to make myself proud. And I don't have anyone who will say, I don't know, do this better or run faster. Or I was my own
Coach.
cheerleader,
Yeah, cheerleader.
and coach, yeah.
And that it's so important you just said that because that's such a big win. Because I know we spoke
For me.
we spoke in length about this sort of thing and the fact that we almost spoke more about you dealing with that fear than we did the race to some extent, because we can only talk about so much with the race, but the biggest takeaway. So I suppose my next question is, we talk a lot about, you know, everyday people doing extraordinary things. How did you handle that fear or doubt about even stepping into that unknown and that sort of grey space? Like, you know, it's obviously very fearful. It's a big challenge. How did you handle that?
You mean during the training or
Yeah, everything,
when
even you know, traveling solo? Because there's going to be a lot of people that are listening to this podcast who
and they don't know.
yeah, and they're literally looking at you like, I wish I could do what Xanthi's done. So yeah,
I think this year, and again, I'm just quite cheesy again, but I decided to face a lot of my fears. So one of them is doing things on my own. And I know for a lot of people that's just a bit like, I don't know, their bread and butter, you know, just traveling solo or doing things without needing this external validation. But for me, this like reassurance from other people, it was so important. So that's why I thought that I will go there. Initially, I was asking a lot of people, do you want to come with me to Malaga? Do you fancy a trip to Malaga? You know, fancy to come and see me doing Hyrox? But then I thought, no, I will actually do this whole thing on my own, learn from my mistakes, because the first time that you're trying something new, it's not going to be perfect. And I will not be hard with myself about, you know, my performance or the mistakes that I've done. I will actually be proud that I've done this whole thing.
You went and did the thing. So would you say that was like a conscious decision then? Like, I'm afraid of this, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway. Like,
Yes.
what's that book? Feel the fear and do it anyway. Like, wow.
Yeah.
You make it sound simple. I'm sure it isn't.
It wasn't. And especially I remember the day I woke up, it was the day of the race. I woke up and my stomach was feeling quite funny, you know, when you feel that, is this impatience, or is this excitement, or am I just extremely anxious? So it was something completely new to me, that I got up that morning and I thought, you know what, let me just try some soothing techniques, you know, let me take myself out for a walk. Malaga is a beautiful city. Let me take myself to a museum. Let me just try all those distraction techniques, because I know that what I feel right now is actually up here. So let me try all the possible things that I feel that they will work for me to make myself feel better and less stressed about what I'm about to do. Because at the end of the day, I chose to do it for fun, for all those good vibes. And yeah.
amazing.
So.
In your job, you said you do physio at the Children's Hospital. You see people, children, families at their most vulnerable. Do you think that's affected your attitude towards your physical capabilities, your training, your fitness?
Absolutely.
How so?
I feel you when you work in a hospital environment and you see a lot of people who don't have what we all take for granted, which is our health. You do appreciate all the good things that you have, and that the fact that you wake up, and I might touch a bit the whole disability subject, but even the fact that you open your eyes, you're able to see, oh, there's light in the room. I'm going to roll and get out of bed, and you're able to get out of bed. You don't need another person to help you to get up. You don't need a person to transfer you into a wheelchair. You can just walk into your bathroom, wash your face, just brush your teeth, make your coffee. You're not dependent on other people. It's a huge thing. And I feel that sometimes people are, by just being physically like healthy, they rely on other people on their everyday tasks, but it's all up here that we feel that we need people so much, but actually, and that changed my attitude a lot. I'm like, okay, what stops you from doing this solo traveling? Like, you're a healthy person, you speak English. I'm trying.
Can you speak English?
I barely speak English.
You can talk with your hands.
Yeah.
So clearly, you can communicate. What stops you from stepping out of this nice bubble that you created, that you only need people around so you can go traveling, so you can go to a sports event? You're with yourself. And
It's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah.
What, just talking on that mental aspect as well, what was your biggest mental hurdle, do you think, during like the process, during training? And
My mental,
like, what was the biggest mental hurdle that you sort of, do you think you faced during training or the process to get over it? Was it that piece that you've just spoken about around validation, or was it something physical, or how did you get past that sort of hurdle?
what's hurdle?
Biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge.
Like something you found difficult in the training process?
How I was trying to balance a lot of different things at the same time. So how I was trying to squeeze my workout at 5:30 in the morning, and then go home, have a shower, and be ready for the day. Then at the same time trying to do like important things for me, like trying to find a place to live on my own for the first time in my life. Being excellent at work, being able to perform I think it's this,
The managing of,
to just try to be perfect and tick every box in all aspects. And that at some point I felt, especially towards the end before the race, I felt not burning out, but that I was extremely tired, and I was feeling that, okay, I need to just get in this plane and just go to Malaga now. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I pushed myself probably for the first time in my life that hard, and that's why I'm extremely proud of. Yeah. So
I'm proud of you, mate.
Ian's clapping.
Just while you're on about obviously balancing everything and life, because I think it's really important for everybody to hear this, because we have guests, or we talk about Hyrox and pushing yourself and stuff like this, but the reality is it's how do you manage the you part of it with the rest of your life. So you talked about obviously balancing a demanding job in the NHS. What did a typical week look like for you, and how did you stay consistent in what you just said? Did the fact that loaded question, but having a coach and structure help, or something, link in bio?
Yes, I know. I will get there. I will. I think not because you're here, but I'm just telling everyone what an amazing support I had from you. Like how.
I don't think I can sit here. I'm getting too embarrassed.
Right. But it was the flexibility that you were offering. I'm a bit of a teacher's pet, so yeah.
Really? I didn't get that.
I'm getting there. I thought, okay, Matt asked for those workouts to be like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I'm actually working 12 hours on Monday, how am I gonna, like, I was thinking that, oh, okay, so that means that I will have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, do my workout, then go and work 12 hours and just be knackered by the end of the day. And then I was quite surprised when you said, that's fine, just move it to Tuesday. It was as simple as that, that I was thinking that I have to be good because, you know, Matt asked me to do that. So I should do it. So, what was the question again?
What, like
about how you manage the chaos of life and everything.
I
think you said you were balancing lots of things. So how did you stay consistent?
By respecting, I'm going back to what I said before, but by respecting what my body was telling me. There were mornings where you don't feel like waking up, actually. Not waking up, that getting up and just cracking on with your day. So those days I was saying, you know what, maybe I can move my workout to the afternoon. Or I will make sure that I will do it tomorrow. And now my body's telling me that today I probably need to just sleep a little longer, have some good food, maybe see some friends.
Live a normal life.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I was going to ask about the coach thing because I also appreciate how important it is to have a coach and that accountability. But I guess it's more like if you hadn't had a coach, then let's put it that way around. If you hadn't had a coach, you just decided you were going to go do Hyrox and you'd woken up and you didn't feel like going for the run or doing that workout. Do you think you would have been as likely to have done it?
No.
So is it that accountability, knowing you're going to have to answer to somebody?
It's definitely, yeah. So because it was this daily check-in that I was like, oh, okay, he's checking on me. So, you know, I should just give him a full report of what I've done. And then it was also this, I know I said I'm working towards to be my own cheerleader, but having Matt to say, well done with this, well done with that, and especially times where I was really hard and I was thinking, you asked me to do 5 rounds of this, but I only managed to do 3. And he was almost giving me, you know, this like, that's okay, you've done 3, and that's okay, because it's one thing that you've never done before, and that is absolutely fine. So when the following week I was able to do 4 rounds, and then the week after 5, I was like, yes, I did it. So it was slow, like baby steps, but actually they got me where I am today, and mentality wise as well.
That's interesting because it is easy to lose sight of that, isn't it? That progress, and it's nice to have someone to remind you of that. Which leads on nicely actually to something that people say a lot in not only training but recovery, which you'll be familiar with, is trust the process. What did that look like for you personally? Were there moments where you doubted the process, or, you know, you thought maybe you weren't getting fit or you weren't making progress? Talk us through that.
It was this constant comparison to other people.
Oh, go on.
Social
That's
media.
loaded.
Unfortunately. There were times where I was thinking that, oh, who am I and why did I decide to do this thing? That's crazy. Will I be able to do it? I had this constant fear that I'm gonna start like being sick during the race, for example, because that's so intense. I think it was all in my head, because I had like 2 little Xanthis here. So one who was like, yay, we can absolutely do that. Do it for the vibes. Do it for the fun. And the other one who was like, who do you think you are? You're not even, you know, running fast to do that. So, yeah.
So many people are going to resonate with that.
Me, 100% me. I've talked before about imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to think I can do this?
Absolutely.
Totally.
And I didn't even have a Hyrox outfit. Like, I just went there with a plain pair of shorts, you know, and a gym bra.
What is a Hyrox outfit?
It's just this matching, like, super skinny, like,
red
shorts.
and
And yeah, exactly.
We were talking
fancy
about
hair.
We were talking about what to wear. Do you remember what I said to you? I think I said something like as
As little as possible. Yeah.
Because you get so hot.
I mean, I treated myself to an outfit from Adanola, and when I put it on, I'm like, I'm not this kind of girl.
Oh.
So, and I took it off. Beautiful, really beautiful.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I need to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And that was the most important thing for me, not being aware about, is my bum cheek out while I'm doing this? Or, I need to like fix my top. Or, just needed that day to like isolate myself from whatever would be like a bug in my head to say, you're not doing this good, or look how you look, or I don't know. When I was doing burpees during the race, I started losing all my hair clips, so they were falling on the floor, and my fringe was suddenly here.
It's actually a tactic.
Yeah, just to mess up the other runners. Yeah.
Like a Mario banana.
Oops, I'm so sorry. Did you find my hair clip? Hi, do you want to go on a date with me?
Running around with hair clips stuck on my feet.
Picking someone up while you're
Because
racing.
the Hyrox Pro men started after me, so it was a tactic.
Oh wow.
Like,
Just leaving clues behind.
Yeah, who was leaving breadcrumbs? I don't. Yeah.
My God, you know you're thirsty when you're thinking about that when you're doing burpee broad jumps. That is the last thing on my mind.
Always closing, always
Call
closing.
cards there.
Yeah. Instagram handle.
I am going to ask this.
And did I mention I'm Greek as well? Great food.
You know what though? Good for you about the outfit thing though, because like it is so easy, like you say, to be like, oh well, all the Hyrox girlies
Just
are
put on a
wearing
complete
this.
avatar, don't you?
Yeah. So good for you. You've got to be comfortable. Okay, so you've just crossed the finish line. What were you thinking?
Oh fuck! I did it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. I was.
Surviving.
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like we need a picture of
I-
what, because your picture of when you've crossed that finish line. Where is it?
I was like,
We can edit this.
Oh, we'll
research
share it on in the story
Yeah.
or something.
I just think it's fucking so good. Can you see that on the thing?
I don't think I've seen it. Show me. Oh, that's so Xanthi. Yeah, we're
Is
gonna
that
this. Yeah, we'll share it on the story,
share it.
everyone. We'll share it on the story. I
you
love
know
it.
what happened? So typical Xanthi, okay? For people who know me, actually, I struggled with wall balls. Like it was
With
wall balls.
Wall balls, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard like wobbles.
Wobbles.
Yeah, no, wobbles. Wall balls. So I should
Sorry, Greek's only got like 4 vowels, so we'll let you off.
with a balla. And the coach
Judge?
with
Judge?
the judge,
Yeah,
yeah, she was extremely supportive. She was extremely
Makes a change.
supportive, honestly.
No rep.
No, I mean, she said a few no reps actually, and I wanted to like get the ball and just.
But she wanted you to win.
She
right.
wanted me to win,
Right.
and like.
Yeah. Chuck the wall ball at your face, mate.
You don't want to see the
You
Greek
fucking
rage,
do
do
it.
you?
Come on. What, 5 foot tall? Well, 5 foot wide.
Run first. It was mixed emotions, like mixed feelings, like during this last exercise. I wanted to cry. I wanted to text Matt and say, "Why did you make me do that? I hate you." Then I wanted to smile because I'm doing it. I only have like 50 reps to go. And I'm like, 50 reps? Oh shit. So, you know, like, yeah. And she was like, "You only have 20, look. So she was so good. And I was thinking, okay, I can do 20. I can do 20 in a row. And then I've done 5.
It's like that point where 20 might as well
Yeah,
be
it might
100.
be.
And I was like, oh my God. And
Do you remember FaceTime bit?
Oh, I know that.
She'd literally just finished. I couldn't get a
During
word
the
out.
wobbles?
No, you know when you finish and you're like about to pick up your patch and your adrenaline's sky high and you're sweating. She's there like FaceTiming me and like I can't.
And I was like,
I was like, what's going on?
I was like,
You okay?
Yeah,
Get medical.
Still on the ski.
yeah. She's like, I'm still on the sled.
I still have 20 reps with this vault. And then she was like, 5, 4,
Yes.
So good.
And I was like, "Ah!"
Oh man.
And then I did it, and I started hugging her,
Oh.
and she was like,
No, you need to go. No, you didn't.
And I was like, "Thank you so much, gracias,
No,
gracias."
Xanthi, run.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that if Matt was there, he would be like, go like cross the finish line.
Mate, he's savage. He was screaming at me on Warble. He never would have let me hug that.
I just thought,
The fucking okay, get over the line.
I just thought, man, I fucking did it. That's fine. It's just
that's the
finish
beauty.
line
Though.
bit.
That's the beauty. The goal was to do the thing, and you fucking did the thing, and that's so beautiful.
And I crossed the line, and then I collapsed, and I was like, shit. I saw a girl who was rowing next to me, few exercises before anyway, and
Just dusted her.
and she actually finished rowing first, and she finished after me, and I was like, only a few seconds, but yeah, and then blank after that.
It's a huge adrenaline dump.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And then I ate a banana. That's all I remember after the chicken Red Bull.
Mid race.
So, to give you context, so when me and Matt were talking about our Hyroxes on the podcast, we were like, who the fuck stops for a Red Bull? And Xanthi was like, me. I do.
Ta-da! So did you...
Go on.
Let me ask you a question, guys.
Ooh, go on.
Did you bring me here today to name me and shame me?
Yeah. This is the Red Bull.
You did it to yourself.
I did it.
You didn't have to say a word. And you know what? Good for you. It would give me like an anxiety. Like my heart rate is already at like 175. So like I don't need that extra.
Don't need 200 mils of caffeine.
No.
Can I
Good
say
for you.
why?
Go on.
You do what you got to do, hun.
I was so thirsty, and they were only offering Red Bull.
That's a lie.
Water.
There is water. There's a water station.
Is it?
So you ran past it, to be specific, 16 times.
Put some maths on it. You had opportunities.
No. 15.
15
times.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from dropping the hair clips for the pro men's.
No, you know what? You're here. You live to tell the tale.
So there's obviously loads to unpack. I feel like we could talk about this all day. But
About Red Bull.
Yeah, but this whole coming full circle, this whole journey of like, and again, it's not cheesy because I think a lot of people listening and watching will really resonate. Like this journey of finding yourself and trying to live your best life, trying to ignore social media, doing something that's completely out of your comfort zone while also still trying to be like an absolute badass outside and buying your own place and all this sort of stuff. So what do you think the biggest, if you can sort of nail it down, what do you think the biggest lesson is that you've learned for yourself or from this experience that you didn't expect?
I don't know how to say that polite.
Don't be polite.
No, fuck polite. Just say it.
Just to fuck what people think and what people say. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, so, because, you know that, because, I was actually vocal about that, but I finished in hour and 50 minutes. So when I actually had the headspace to think about that, I thought, did I make Matt proud?
Oh, behave.
I know you did, by the way.
Yeah. So, because I was thinking, I was aiming for an hour and a half, and then I thought, you know what? You actually are extremely grateful for his support, but did you make yourself proud? Yeah. And I did not say fuck Matt, but I but I thought that I don't care what people say. I care about the fact that I went there. I managed to calm myself down before the race, to actually do the race with all the difficulties that I faced during the race, especially the sled pull. Especially the sled pull. I will never ever forget that feeling. I think that was the moment during the race that I said, fuck what people say, I don't care, I'm here to finish that thing. And how long it takes, I don't care, because I will definitely do it again, so I can do it better.
Yeah. You won by getting on that start line. That's the biggest win. And those, because it's always shoved in our faces about, I did a Hyrox at this time and that time. But, for the people that the fact that you'd never done anything like that before, no running racing, no running
No.
experience.
No.
Honestly, I was so proud of you, mate.
Yeah.
So proud.
Well, I want to take this one because I know how proud he was of you, because for anyone, if you've got a friend that's doing Hyrox, you can sit and like live update the times and you can see what they're doing. Matt and I were texting the whole time and we were both sat there just like refreshing what you were doing. And
I was just taking ages.
as the sled pull, we knew something was going on, and we were both just like hypothesizing. Matt obviously knew a lot more than I did internally what you were saying to yourself and how it was going. But then towards the end, as you then picked it back up again and got faster at things, the things that he was saying, he is so proud of you. Easier for me to say than him, because I got like the front row seat, so to speak. But also like that kind of watching Hyrox in that way, refreshing, is one of the most stressful. Like, is it an internet thing? Like, refreshing constantly. Okay, final question.
Yeah.
For all the people out there that are listening, who, like we said at the beginning, are saying all the things that we all say, like, I don't have the time, or I'd love to do that, or they're scared to go to the gym, or they're scared to do the thing, all of these things. They're scared to start, or they think they're stuck in a rut. What's the one thing you tell them?
I'm reading a book that is called That's Bold of You. BOLD, not bold.
That's bold.
Bold of you. Yeah.
And it changed, and I started reading this book a few weeks after the race, and it changed my even more my mentality. So I would say to people to be bold and actually to do those things. The book at some point it says, take that selfie without caring what people will say and if you look ridiculous in the crowd. And exactly that. Just go out there, because life is so beautiful and is full of like new experiences. And I was always an outgoing person anyway, but I think this journey has taught me that I don't necessarily mean that needs loads of people around me so I can do the things that I enjoy. So just go and do the things that you like. Take this fucking selfie and, you know, you look beautiful. And go and do this race as long as it takes. And then, yeah, give to yourself the credits.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you. What was it called?
That's bold of you.
That's bold of you.
Because
like
people a lot of times they call me bold, and they say, "Oh, you're intense, you're bold, you're so direct." So, but yeah, that's who I am, and I don't want to change that aspect of me because it gives me this spark.
Never.
Yeah.
No, love it, and people love that about you. They do. You're going to do it again, aren't you?
Yes.
You're doing Hyrox Birmingham.
Yes.
So
October.
everyone come along and cheer Xanthi on. Someone else is doing it too.
Yeah, I'm on the dance floor again.
Da, da, da.
Da, da, da.
See, I will be screaming at you both really aggressively.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
I think there's gonna be a Greek fight here where Lydia's gonna be pick up the ball. I can
pick up the fucking ball. Pande.
Can't you see I can do it?
I need to learn some real Greek motivational phrases other than the swear.
Your parents coming?
Yes, my parents are coming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my dad.
Yeah.
One big fat Greek hug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We need
My
to
mum
film
will be
it.
like,
We
do
need
you
to
want
film
some
it.
spinach pie? You know,
Yeah,
I
spinach
look
pie.
exhausted.
Everyone's gonna go with there. Oh, you tired? Have some lamb.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, that's
cool.
gonna be fun.
On that note, when my dad came to watch me at Hyrox Madrid, after was it the sled push, which is the second.
Did he come to Madrid?
Yeah. The second station. He turned to Ian and went, "She's done now, yes."
Yeah.
I remember that.
Ian's like, mate, she hasn't even started.
Oh, Jesus.
I really wish that was the case, actually. But they would be like, are you tired? Do you want to stop? Yeah. Okay.
Can I have
Let's sit down.
5?
Yeah, that's fine. Have a Red Bull.
Right, Xanthi.
Oh, mate.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you very much.
So good.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. If you can relate and if you enjoyed this episode, please drop us a comment. Show Xanthi some love. Thank you. See you next time.
See you later, guys.
Thank you.